Hi explorers, let's go to Morocco! If you're planning a trip to Morocco and you're wondering how you can explore cities like Marrakech, Casablanca, Rabat, Fez, Chefchaouen, Ouzoud and Essaouira in just 12 days, then you are in the right place. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I planned my trip, where to stay, how to get from one city to another, how to book your trains and buses, which places you can visit as day trips, and some important things I learned during my trip that I think you should know before going to Morocco. But first, if you're new here, I'm Mara, the travel creator behind Mara Explore, where I share travel tips, itineraries, and travel inspiration. I also help you plan and curate your trips, take care of your bookings, and even find you a travel buddy if you're looking for someone to explore with. So, if you're ready to explore Morocco with me, let's get into it. Day 1. Let's start in Fez. This is one of Morocco's oldest and most fascinating cities. Fez is famous for its ancient medina, traditional crafts, colorful souks, historic architecture, and its famous leather tanneries. And the good thing is, you don't need several days here. If you're organized, you can see the main highlights of Fez in just one day, which makes it perfect for a 12-day itinerary in Morocco. So arrive, explore the Medina, take in the atmosphere, eat some Moroccan food, and get a good night's rest. Because tomorrow we are moving on. Day 2, Chefchaouen. This is Morocco's famous blue city, tucked away in the Rif Mountains. Chefchaouen is known for its beautiful blue painted buildings and stunning mountain scenery. It's one of those places where you don't necessarily need a strict itinerary. Just walk around, get lost in the blue streets, take your pictures, shop a little, and enjoy the atmosphere. The food there is enough to experience the highlights before moving on. Day 3, Rabat. This is Morocco's capital city. Rabat has a completely different atmosphere. It's calmer, more spacious, and feels a little bit more relaxed than some of the other cities in Morocco. You can explore the Casbah of the Udayas, historic landmarks, beautiful gardens, and the coastal area. One day is enough to see the main highlights or the main sites before continuing your journey. You know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I feel good. Day 4, Casablanca. It is the nightlife hotspot for Morocco. The highlight for me would definitely be the beautiful beach and the Casablanca Mall. Casablanca is also a good place to experience the more modern side of Morocco with its restaurants, cafes, shopping, and lively waterfront. Day 5 to 8, Marrakesh. Now we're heading to Marrakesh, the city that feels like Morocco turned the volume all the way up. You've got the famous Jamal Evina, colorful souks, beautiful palaces, rooftop restaurants, gardens, and that unmistakably red city atmosphere. I recommend spending around 4 days in Marrakesh because there is genuinely a lot to see and do here. But Marrakesh is also going to be your base for the final 2 destinations on this itinerary. And this is where the trip becomes really easy because you don't have to pack your bags and change your hotels every single day anymore. On one of your days in Marrakesh, take a day trip to Ouzoud Waterfalls. It is one of Morocco's most spectacular natural attractions, and here is a tip. You don't necessarily have to pre-book this before you arrive in Morocco. There are plenty of tour guides and travel companies in Marrakesh offering excursions to Ouzoud, so you can arrive, compare your options, check the prices, and book your day trip from there. You can visit the waterfalls during the day and return to Marrakesh that same evening. Day 10, Essaouira. Then you can use another day for Essaouira, a beautiful coastal town with a completely different vibe from Marrakesh. Think charming streets, the old Medina, fresh seafood, ocean views, and a much more relaxed, laid-back atmosphere. And just like Ouzoud, there are lots of day trip excursions from Marrakesh, so you don't have to stress about booking this months ahead. You can arrange it once you're in Marrakesh and return to your accommodation. How to get around Morocco. Now let's talk about getting around Morocco because this is actually much easier than most people might think. For some of the routes where the train isn't convenient, look at the CTM buses. This is one of Morocco's major intercity bus companies. You can book your ticket online through the CTM website. Simply enter your departure city, destination and travel date, choose your journey, select your seat if available, enter your passenger details and pay and keep your ticket. I prefer booking online because I can see the schedules and prices beforehand. For trains, use the ONCF trains, the official Moroccan railway booking platform. Enter your departure and arrival stations, choose your dates and train, select your class, enter your details, and complete the payment. You'll receive an electronic ticket that you can use, or you can even keep in your phone till your time of travel. So my rule is train where it's convenient, CTM buses where it makes more sense. A quick warning about accommodations in Morocco, because this is something I really want you to be careful about. Morocco has some absolutely beautiful riads, but please don't automatically book the cheapest one just because it looks like a bargain. Some of the riads located inside the medinas can be quite basic, and personally, I found some of the cheaper ones to be less clean and uncomfortable. So look carefully at the location, photos and recent reviews before booking. And remember, not every beautiful looking photo online tells the full story. Be careful with reviews. Another thing I wish someone had told me before my trip is to take online reviews with a big pinch of salt. This is based on my personal experience, but I noticed that hosts, restaurants, tour guides, and activity providers, even concierges, can really encourage you to leave 5-star reviews for them. Sometimes they will stay with you, hounding you to give them the 5-star reviews. So don't assume that something has thousands of amazing reviews and therefore must be perfect. Do your own research, check multiple sources, look at recent photos and use your judgment. And then the tipping. This is another thing you need to prepare yourself for. The constant expectation of tips. I'm not talking about tipping after a genuinely good service. I'm talking about situations where someone offers you help, start asking for money. Sometimes it's done politely, sometimes not so much. So my biggest advice is, before accepting help or a kind gesture from any stranger, ask if there is a charge. Seriously, if someone is offering to help you with something, just ask, is this free? Because sometimes what feels like a spontaneous act of kindness can turn into a tipping situation 5 minutes later. And if you don't want the service, politely say no and keep it moving. My final thoughts: despite all of the mishaps, Morocco is such an incredible country to experience. The food, the architecture, the colors, the markets, the landscapes, the history, and every city feels completely different from the next. So if you have 12 days, this itinerary gives you a really good taste of Morocco without spending 3 hours in every city just ticking attractions off a list. Start with Fez and Chefchaouen. Make your way through Rabat and Casablanca, then spend 4 days in Marrakesh, using it as your base for day trips to Ouzoud and Essaouira. And if you're planning your own Moroccan trip, save this video because you're definitely going to need it. I'll see you in my next adventure. Bye!